if you want to show the greatness of your country to the world at large, you must first set the states in order. If you want to set the states in order, you must first regulate the families. If you want to regulate the families, you must first rectify your mind. If you want to rectify your mind, you must make the will sincere. If you want to make the will sincere, you must first extend your knowledge. If you want to extend your knowledge, you must investigate things. And when things are investigated, your knowledge is extended. When your knowledge is extended, your will becomes sincere. When the will becomes sincere, the mind is rectified, and the personal life is cultivated, and the families are regulated, and you can show the greatness of your country to the world at large. This is Confucius. This is called a great learning. It is the Bhagavad Gita from China. It is the responsibility of every mother or every father to see that there is meditation in every home. You create your own reality. The hell has been created by you. The heaven will be created only by you. Nobody else has created your reality. You are constantly creating your own reality by your own thoughts, words and deeds. How are your thoughts? How are your deeds? How are your words? What kind of thoughts are you releasing? What kind of words are you releasing? What kind of deeds are you performing? Three things: thoughts, words and deeds. Right thoughts, right words and right deeds is equal to heaven. Wrong thoughts, wrong words, wrong deeds is equal to hell. Why there is hell in every family? Because of all wrong thoughts. Because there is no meditation. There is no cultivation of personal life. Out of 24 hours, you must sit for 2 or 3 hours in meditation to cultivate your personal life. You are not excused from meditation. Krishna was a Raja. Buddha was a Raja. He left his palace to go into meditation. We have to stay in the palace and do meditation. We don't have to leave our palace. We only have to leave our stupidity, our laziness. And 2 hours, 3 hours every day, you must sit with closed eyes and observing the breathing and with some nice music, which is what Chandra is providing, which is what you are accessing. Then your whole personal life is cultivated. Your mind is rectified. Your will is sincere. You have extended your knowledge. And your families are happy. Every family should be happy. There should be no unhappiness in any family. Bhagavad Gita plus Ana-Pana-Sati plus Saivam. Vegetarianism. This is a simple formula we have discovered in PSSM.
Second. I want to get my speaker view.
Hi friends and masters, happy morning or evening. Welcome to 5th week of 40 days program. My name is Venugopal Sarvepalli from St. Louis, USA. I have been meditating for around 4 years. I have benefited a lot. Since then, I started spreading this meditation with family members, friends, colleagues, and many more. I also got a great opportunity to associate with Buddha Siva Quantum Foundation as a facilitator for some 40 days program. And today, I got an opportunity to host the program. My deepest gratitude to Chandra sir, Vani madam, and Buddha Siva team for the given opportunity. So today we will be learning about learning, doing, being. Now I will hand it over to Chandra sir.
Thank you, Venu. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon and wonderful evening. I hope some of you are able to watch the proceedings of this conference that we had over the weekend. It was sure enough first of its kind. They were discussing only about meditation for 2 days. And of course, we're practicing meditation. The all-round conclusion from all participants that we've heard again and again is that this is different. We go to many conferences, but something is different, and that's the energy. Because everyone has so much deep interest in it. And there are many various masters of meditation who are spreading so much that positive energy, and where your attention goes, there the energy flows, and so they all are actively, those who are there in the room wanted to see this message goes actively are there. They're active participants, putting their attention in it. Only one message I heard throughout is that the energy is great. It's a corporate style conference done by volunteers completely. But since everyone is sincere with their effort, no one needed to be told to do or what to do. Very, very grateful to the entire team. But we felt very, very, very happy for taking that first step. The lectures naturally from a scientific understanding of meditation throughout to a spiritual understanding of what it means to take care of children, how to introduce meditation to them, going from doing to being. Going from doing to being. Doing means something external all the time. Being means something that you are automatically are there with your inner self. So many concepts were there, ultimately rotating around to meditation as the inner transformation tool for driving positive social and economic change. I'm sure some of you agree with this. Those of you who've been practicing for a few days now, 2 weeks to months, agree with that theme of the conference. The purpose of the conference is to drive that growth, drive that change, a positive change. We will have, of course, some of these proceedings available in a way that we all can consume the gist and summaries. But all of us felt that there is part of our purpose was getting fulfilled when we were there doing this conference. Everybody felt that you're something doing meaningful. Those 3 days and the many days preceding to those 3 days, you felt you're doing something very meaningful in life. Something is bound to have its impact because we have experienced it. That impact can be in one person, can be a million people. There is one person that's going to be the Buddha. A million people will still have a million Buddhas. And they will take care of it. We don't have to take care. So having that deep understanding that everyone came out with a lot of conclusive hope that we're going to take this forward significantly in the next few days to come in the form of a regional conference of meditation leaders. At least a dozen of them expressed that they would like to host it in their area, in Hyderabad, in Chennai, in Coimbatore, in Varanasi. We're going to do that in the next few months as we go by. So beautiful, and thank you for those of you who have been dreaming about it, wishing for this. And I can't thank enough Brahmarshi Pitamaha sir and the PMC Hindi team led by Alekhya and Amulya. And of course, Buddha Seva team greatly supported and then driven this whole conference through Sai Saga, Prashant, Rakesh. Vani Madam and everybody else. So let's go into meditation, dear friends. Learning, doing, being is an important neuroscience concept. In the first week, we talked about meditation and wisdom are two aspects of our entire practice. One side meditation, another side wisdom. Because knowledge is precursor to experience, we want to seek in the right knowledge. Now we all go through these three phases of, first we get exposed to the knowledge, learning. And we know that it's not sufficient to just read something once or listen to something once. If we want to truly understand and then have it into our life, it has to go from a conscious mind to a subconscious mind to ultimately our unconscious mind or the being. It has to move from those states. First consciously we hear one time, a second time, and a third time. It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger as a memory. The more stronger it becomes a memory, the more times it becomes a possibility for us to take an action on to see how I can apply it. And so that becomes a doing state. And then you do it a few times and few times, then it automatically becomes a second nature. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to say specifically how to do now, like you're driving. The concept of learning to doing to being is a very powerful concept to understand from neuroscience, so that we know when we are learning this wisdom, why we have to do the same thing over and over. And what are the better ways of learning? Because anyway, we're taking time and we want to become more efficient in our learning. Science of learning is there. Just like science of speaking, we all thought in many ways, I know how to speak. Yesterday, in the session, Dhyana Jagath was talking about just because we produce kids does not mean that we are eligible for parenting a child. Just because we produced kids, does it make us any better suddenly to become a better parent, or even how to do parenting. Have even learned what does it mean to be parenting. At best, we simply carry what we learned in the childhood, how our parents have raised, and at best, that's probably where it is. Or we learn to see how our friend circle is parenting, and we look at that and say, that's the way. But the science of parenting must be understood. Osho's books must be read. There are many, many masters writing about parenting, must be read. And we'll know what parenting is. For many things, we assume that we know it, including speaking. So learning is also the same. If we understand the learning, how our brain is learning, and this beautiful brain, and then everything we do, hopefully we do it in the best possible way for maximize our learning. This takes a great importance in the context of emotional intelligence, in the context of this increasing our wisdom overall. So let's go through the meditation once again, dear friends, and then discuss this important concept. Relax yourself by practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind and then be in that empty states of mind for as long as we can. We sit comfortably. Let me get this posture. As you see in the picture, we sit comfortably in the sofa, chair, or on the floor, and then cross your feet at ankle, fingers into fingers, hands rested comfortably in your lap. Close your eyes and observe your normal, natural breath. When you observe your breath, the mind becomes slowly empty, and the mind is becoming empty. You witness that experience, that emptiness, and then as you're experiencing that emptiness, observing that emptiness, you may notice sensations in your body, movements in your body. Observe them, witness them. You have visions in your mind, observe them. Anything that happens involuntarily. In case at any time you have thought, bring your attention back to the breath and again observe the breath. We do this. Observe the breath. We do this for long enough time in this process. And then before we do that, we're doing a process called heart elevation, which is to move us into a deeper states of meditation. Just follow my guidance for this process, dear friends. Screen sharing is paused. You can see the screen. Just follow my guidance for heart elevation process. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably, relax your body. Scan your body from head to toe. Scan your body from head to toe with your eyes closed. scan your body from head to toe. Relax every bit of the muscles, every part of the body. Dear friends, keep your hands on your chest area. With your eyes closed, rest your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart. Take a slow, long, relaxing breath. Can you feel your beautiful heart with that breath energy? Breathe more. And feel your sacred heart, which is the seat of all emotions. Which is binding, which is expanding all life with its love energy, with its gratitude energy. Feel the love, the gratitude inside your beautiful heart. Relive a moment from your life of love, of gratitude. Can you feel more of that love energy? Of that gratitude energy? And allow to expand your heart center. We're all connected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy, connected with each other. Yet we are here for our own experience of life. Our experiences are multiplied more and more as we become one with everything and everybody, more and more. That is the nature of the reality. Love, gratitude, compassion, appreciation, adventure, or all the way to become one with everybody again. Feel the love energy inside the beautiful heart. And radiate that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows, dear friend. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience the emptiness, that blackness. When you empty your mind of thought, you move away from matter, you experience energy. That greater emptiness. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy with limitless possibilities, the field of unlimited, the field of unknown. The more you linger in this field, that emptiness, this void, the more possibilities you draw into your life. Everybody and everything are connected in this field of energy. The more you stay aware of this emptiness, that void, the more connected you become, the more considerate you become. Stay aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Friends, it is truly an honor to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Can you express gratitude to all things and everybody? Gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, family, friends, colleagues. Be grateful in this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. To everything we use, the technology, the system, companies, the governments. Your gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And whenever you're ready, then keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. When was that audio? Throughout in the end? There? Okay. Cool. Neuroscience says that our brain is constantly forming new connections and new circuits every time we learn something. And every time we relearn something. Relearning means listening again, repeating again. And since a good part of our practice is about learning, enlightenment means to recognize that I am an eternal student. An eternal student. When I'm an eternal teacher, I'm an eternal student, both. Teacher means somebody who is just sharing. Because there is infinity to learn, and because we are exploring the infinity, even just about this material life, just knowing and practicing the power of the Vakshetra, the field of words, what is the right way to speak, just knowing that, and just practicing it, just observing others, it requires us to go on listening to others, observing others. So in every way there is learning. Manifestation, there are hundreds of books are there. Mindfulness, there are hundreds of books are there. Everything just about this life. Now, what about the entire infinity of experience out there? There is so much to learn. We don't even know what chakras are, what astral travel means, what life between lives mean. There is a good part of our practice is about learning, gaining that knowledge, and then see that knowledge becomes wisdom over a period of time. Experiential knowledge is wisdom. So it's good to understand the concept of learning to doing to being. That all our learning is happening through this process. And this concept is very useful in understanding how we are changing with respect to emotions. And then what is that we need to do? Our meditation is helping us to, is assisting us in changing the way we behave, the way we respond to situations. Meditation is greatly assisting by building awareness. And this concept helps to understand this and then to apply those principles more, apply the knowledge more. So in our brain, There is long-term memory called hippocampus. There is amygdala, which is the emotional center, which is both in subconscious mind. And there is cortex, neocortex, which is the outer brain. Isn't that prefrontal cortex is the frontal brain? Prefrontal, so from the frontal brain slightly behind. So this prefrontal cortex is focused, is the responsibility for concentration focus. Hippocampus is long-term memory. Amygdala is emotional center that produces through it several neural chemicals so that the body can experience that emotion in a certain way. So that you experience life. We can't be looking the same if somebody cracked a joke versus something serious happened. You experience life differently. You communicate to others differently by changing their facial expression, body, everything. So there is this whole beautiful mechanism built in, which is driven through amygdala, which is responding based on different types of signal it receives from the environment, whether it is a threat signal, whether it is a happy signal. Depending on that, it is producing the chemicals. And the chemicals go into the body and they make the body respond certain way. Face becomes serious if it is a threat situation. Joyful situation, face sort of loosens up and then suddenly the muscles loosen up and they have smile. What that is happening. So now these are essentially, amygdala is playing a great role, but then cortex, the prefrontal cortex is playing, hippocampus is also playing a role. There's one more thing called thalamus that also you'll see here. Now, here is a what happens that amygdala in the previous picture in the brain, which is like emotional center, supposed to is basically telling us to feel high or low, right? Feel good or bad, feel angry or cool. Now, if somebody hijacks it, so that means you don't have control of what this amygdala can do. Control is not with us. And we talked about this during this program that 90% out of our experiences in life are through these subconscious mind programs. The amygdala sitting as part of subconscious mind, and many of the programs are sitting in this long-term memory called hippocampus. They're all together to each other. So the subconscious mind suddenly is responding based on what I had believed about the situation. So then it all happens pretty quickly. Subconscious mind, driven through hippocampus area of long-term memory, is practically takes control of amygdala in most situations, or in a situation for a normal person when they're not aware. Called amygdala hijack. So when there is a stressful state, threat state, so suppose there is an example, if your boss or somebody, a spouse, is coming towards you fast. Because a child may feel if the father is walking fast towards their rooms. So if they're saying something, hey, where are you? Or whatever, right? So thalamus, which is also part of the subconscious mind, is supposed to process the signals that are coming from the environment through all sensory perceptions. So first ear, which is hearing, is saying to thalamus, thalamus is subconscious. Thalamus, someone is shouting. It sends the signal. Because someone is shouting, you have to take a certain, you have to be ready for different things. Remember, there is the concept of emergency mode, fight or flight mode in the body. So when there is a threat, in case the body needs to protect itself, then it has to go into the emergency mode to fight or fly, run away or fight. And so there is always that protection that body is trying to understand to see whether I need to go into protection mode, I need to go into a safe mode, or continue in this my high performance mode. All of those modes are there. For that, it needs to see what is the signal that's coming from environment. And then I take that and then interpret it based on my past. So when somebody is shouting, and it's going to take that and interpret in a certain way. And then how is it going to interpret based on what memory it had about that person, the situation of the past. So it is someone is shouting, then the neocortex, which is essentially analyzing based on the data, is saying, don't worry, because neocortex is the controller of the brain, the CEO of the mind. And saying, don't worry, it is your boss, don't worry, it's your spouse, it is okay, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law. It's fine, it's not something dangerous, just one of your regular interactions are going to happen now. No, it's just your boss. Then the I suddenly says, oh, he is charging down, like running fast, coming at you fast. So that means there's something not necessarily great happening here, maybe, potentially. That's why people come fast at you, right? So that has a meaning. When somebody is coming charging down at you, then it has a meaning in our subconscious mind that, oh, somebody coming fast may be something not good. Thus, you don't put a meaning to it. So something not good means you have to move the body into alert state, stiffness, alertness, potentially fear. Because people coming fast, people coming silently fast, mean can also be something dangerous, I don't know, something emergency mode of any kind. So the body has to go into those states. So then again, the signal is going from I to the thalamus. He's charging down, do something, because thalamus takes that and then processes it and then filters many things and then sends it down ultimately to the amygdala. Now, he's charging down, but in the meanwhile, neocortex, which is the control of the brain, is supposed to CEO, everybody is talking to it. They're saying, let me think, I'll give you a decision of what to do. Don't worry about it. Don't be excited. Let me think and then give you a response. Stay calm. So neocortex hasn't made a decision. In the meanwhile, I is saying, look, it's come too fast, too close. I can't. And then so it sends one more signal, more distress signal, saying it's coming too fast because you're not at a meditation yet. And so then at that point, thalamus, which is supposed to take us into a decision maker here, to take the body into protective or not, immediately sends a signal to amygdala to take charge, to say, now move the body into that right mode. So what it's telling is that neocortex, which is supposedly take the right decision based on various responses, needs to be given enough opportunity to take the decision. When we are in crisis, if you rush somebody, then they cannot take a decision. And then before you take the decision in a crisis, what happens? People around, everybody takes decisions. There is somebody who's responsible to take a decision, but in a crisis, everybody takes a decision around them, and the one responsible, before even they were given a chance to give. And then for them to take a decision, they sort of have to step back and then see what's happening and then decide. But then normally, we're not giving the chance. That's what happens here. The thalamus did not give a chance. It thought that it would give adequate chance, and then it sort of responded based on the past it knew. This is called amygdala hijack. So then what happened here in this case, dear friends, is that if there is meditation versus no meditation, two kinds of responses can come. If there is meditation for a person, with no meditation, then the amygdala took charge, bypassed essentially the subconscious thalamus amygdala complex, bypassed the frontal brain, which is the decision maker, the one who is supposed to decide, instead he's deciding, these two guys have decided to take an action in this case. That action could be unconsciously moving away from that seat because the person is coming, then you're suddenly walking away into your bedroom. If your mother-in-law is coming, walking out of the bedroom, okay, no, I can't deal with this now. Your boss is coming, you are suddenly slipping out of the door and saying, no, there must be some escalation, no way. Or you are there in your cabin and then you are praying ignorance, as if you have not even heard him or her. That's an unconscious reaction because I just want to shut it off. Because you may not have liked conversations in the past when a boss is chasing down like that or charging down like that. That's unconscious reaction. That is there, that is stored. So our anger, our every situation, the way we behave is driven through subconscious programs when the conscious mind is not given adequate action. Now, conscious mind can only take action if it knows what else it can do other than just shutting off or withdrawing from the situation, only if it knows. But however, with meditation, the prefrontal cortex, the right manager, the CEO of the brain, or the responsible person is given the chance to take an action. It says it's okay, I can wait, let the cortex take the action because it might have more, it's a CEO, it might have more context. The thing is, there is a lot of learning that is happening in the conscious mind memory, and then a lot of learning is there in subconscious mind. But the subconscious mind is the programs that are there, deeply encoded programs, and they are the ones who are operating. This is, as you just saw, the amygdala and the thalamus combined together, they operate readily without even giving a chance to cortex, prefrontal cortex, which is CEO. Now, what can it do? It can not only look into subconscious mind programs, but it also look at conscious mind learning. Today, for example, are hearing this class. So this class is, we are learning something, but what we're learning right now is perhaps is still sitting there in the conscious mind only. Of course, we meditated, a lot of it typically goes down into the subconscious as meditation sort of helps us to access. But normal person, when you learn, it's all simply sitting in the conscious mind. Now, but the response, so in the conscious mind, we are learning something good, but then that is not really put to use because it's not gone to the subconscious, and the amygdala is simply taking actions based on the past, and so the past is in the hippocampus, and so then it's all simply happening from there. Before even you are able to put to action a new learning, because the new learning is simply in the conscious brain. So the first thing to understand is that if you want to utilize a lot of new learning that you are gaining and that needs to be utilized, then we need to, if you have awareness, and the meditation will help us to sort of help us to give control to the prefrontal cortex for more time. And so that it has an ability to respond from the conscious mind's learnings also in addition to the past subconscious. It has awareness to look through and see what else that I can do in a situation like this. The situation that I knew was that if my boss is chasing down, the situation is that I must just suddenly shut off or just simply walk out of that room. Whereas the new learning may be, wait a minute, there may be a problem, legitimate problem for the boss, and while he might have behaved that way yesterday and the day before yesterday for his shoes, today there may be a real need. He may be a different person. He may be trying to tell me something about me, not about him. And so then I should wait and then stay cool. Sometimes when you stay cool, and then sometimes when you are aware of what they're talking about, even by staying cool, you can diffuse situations. Yesterday may be bad because they were charging down, they charged down, you had arguments and you didn't like it. So today you don't want to face that. But then you learned in a lesson that if you're staying cool, how much ever angry a person is, if you can stay cool without responding, then they suddenly come down, their anger dissolves. And so staying cool is a good response that one may learn. And so then here, that may be an option that we can give. The response. So that staying cool is something that we learned just today in the conscious mind. And so then it needs to be brought to the attention for us to take that response. But at least meditation provides that ability for the conscious mind to take action as opposed to the subconscious silently taking action. Now, what happens in this learning, doing, being concept is that we have three brains. This is where this concept comes. The outer brain, called human brain, or the neocortex, which we are calling the conscious mind, is learning constantly. There's also the one which is thinking based on the past so that it can make a decision. Then the subconscious mind, which is the doing brain, is doing before you decide. A lot of times we decide, but actually end up doing something else. We decide and say, I'm going to wake up tomorrow at that time. But then tomorrow comes then in the subconscious program, which is already there, which is responding for the situation momentarily, because our new learning to decide has not really gone into the subconscious as strongly. So it is there only in the frontal brain, neocortex. And so we are the learning brain learned, but it has not really become a program for the doing brain to take on. And so a lot of times we can't really use that learning because there's no awareness, and then it's only subconscious which is driving. So learning brain, outer brain, middle brain, the doing brain, and then the reptile, which is like the how we are by default, or the body is responding automatically, is the being brain. Having that understood, a simple learning of how the brain is working is that the brain is full of neurons. It's called neurons are the brain cells. The neurons are like this, as you see here pictured in this left side. Now it's like a star, right? In the star. So this is a neuron with several connections. They're called connections. The spokes are connections. Each neuron connects to another neuron up to 100,000 times. The neurons connect with each other to form memory. So every time you learn something, some neurons come together, connect with each other, and there is some mechanism through which they connect. It's called synaptic gap, and they have a pulse. Electric charge is dissipated, and then they come together and they join. So suppose you learn some simple concept called, apple is red in color. Now that concept, apple is red in color, if it is learned as text, or apple is red in color, when you learn it, then suddenly a lot of neurons come together and then form connections to store that apple is red in color. Just to store that. A lot of connections come together. Potentially how many? Maybe, let's say 10,000 connections can come together just to store that. Apple is red in color. So every time we learn something, these neurons come together to form connection. Our brain has how many neurons? There are 100 billion neurons, so plenty. So the connections can be so many more. Practically unimaginable is the capacity of the brain, how much it can store. Unimaginable. Okay. So every time you learn, connections are formed. Every time you learn new, more connections are formed. Every time you repeat, more connections are formed. Every time you recollect, more connections are formed. Recollecting, I have learned, I listened today, and then suddenly somebody I saw apples in the market, and then so suddenly I'm trying to recollect what I have learned yesterday in the class, right? Recollecting. The learning is forming new connections, and memory means nothing but these connections that are getting formed again and again, repeatedly, so they become strong. When you store as text, that means if I learn apple is red, then our brain stores all of that information, let's say in 10,000 connections. Now, when somebody draws a picture of apple and then puts that and then says apple is red on it, then we store that potentially not in 10,000 connections, we store that in 1,000,000 connections. Because we're learning through a picture, visual. Apple is red, a nice picture of the apple is written and drawn in the red color, and all that is there that we know of. So that is 1,000,000 connections if told. Same information, apple is red. Now imagine suppose somebody actually are showing us a video of an apple farm, and in that, then they close up, then apple are shown, and then all around the finer thing of the apple that they're hanging down the tree. It's a beautiful sight to see. Apple is red in color, then somebody is then also plucking it, then taking a bite, then suddenly you see a little bit of yellow color inside, so you see a contrast of what is red in what's inside. Now they're saying while you are seeing that shot, then on the screen, apple is red in color, then there are people shown there. One person plucking, another person taking a bite, and a kid enjoying it and saying, wow. And all of that, when they're doing it, and then still the information is apple red in color. Now something more is happening. It's not only visual, a lot of feeling is there in that video, where somebody is showing visually, not just as a picture, but then seeing a video in a visual video format. People are there, their emotions are there, and the way they enjoy apple is there. Apple is red in color is the information, but however, that is shown through a lot of feeling around. We connect to it. To store text at 10,000 connections, apple is red in color. To store a picture, 1,000,000 connections. To store a visual with feeling-driven experience could be like 1,000,000,000 connections. So many connections are formed to store that experience. So the point here, dear friends, is that what we learn, our brain learns with a lot more connections when it is experiencing. When you're simply reading, it learns with a few connections. Now, what's the problem? Few connections was a lot connections. When you now in the brain, there is always regeneration of cells happening. So cells are dying and cells are coming up. There are a lot of cells are dying. So our memory loss is happening because use it or lose it principle. When we don't use something, then we don't recollect something, it slowly dies because the cells in that area keep dying. And they get reutilized for it. So many of them die, many of them reutilized for new learning because we're not using it. So cell regeneration is happening, and so many cells die. And so now, if I take 10,000 connections where apple is red, and then if 10% of the cells go away, 1,000 cells for various reasons disappear, then we are missing 10% of the information called apple is red. If red is gone, then you don't know apple is what color, you don't know what that is. If the 10% represents red, that is gone. So suddenly you don't have right information, you don't know what that is. But the same thing, suppose, if you store it as a picture, if 1,000 connections disappear, now still in 1,000,000 connections, 1,000 is hardly anything. So you can look at the picture and construct and say, oh, that's red color. A portion of the apple is gone in memory. That picture you can't remember fully, but then you do know overall it's still red color because a portion of the picture is gone. Out of the 1,000,000 connections, few go away, you can remember better. The same thing when it's driven through feeling. Now you have 1,000,000,000 connections. How many, even if some disappear, you have so much more to construct the context. Oh, last time I remembered, outside red is gone, but yellow versus red, the contrast is there. There a lot of information is stored. And so all that information come together for us to remember apple is red beautifully. So dear friends, the point is that we are learning through feelings and experience a lot more. So whatever we learn, if we can learn through visual, that's why these classes are so important. Reading books is great, but then coming here and then doing sessions, watching videos, Pictorial is very, very important. Now, here is the thing about, so when you learn something, it's great, it is there in subconscious mind. Now, imagine that the situation where your boss is charging down significantly at you, the only thing you knew before was to be very defensive. Every time it comes, the first thing you do is a defensive and say, before they say it, you say something to them. Why are you coming like that? I didn't even do it. Before they even say something, we're going to the defensive posture and say something. Whereas the boss may be actually wanting to try to tell you something useful to you, but you put a meaning to the past and then immediately saying, why are you coming like this? Or no, I didn't do it. I don't know what happened, before they say something. So you are responding based on the way you were in the past. This information you've learned, that don't try to come to conclusions too early in meditation class, that you come to the conclusions because the past is there, you just patiently wait, because the people are different. They always have different things to carry. Today, what they're coming can be totally different from what it was yesterday. Just patiently wait till they express. So if you patiently wait, suddenly your relations can get better. You have great opportunity to learn something new for you. So don't just jump to conclusions when people come to you. Wait patiently. Now you learned that. You read somewhere in the book, in a class, you heard it. Then you listen to this in another video of Joe Dispenza. Okay, you got some. A friend came and told you that this response that he also applied and then it was useful for him is telling you. He said, hey, I also read it, and you're sharing with a friend. The friend said, yes, I know it. I applied it in my life and it always works great. We should not come to conclusion, just wait when people coming and then telling us, just wait before we conclude on anything. Before we quickly go back with the response. So they're telling you. So you heard all of this, and so then you have this recorded somewhere. This information is there. You heard it 2-3 times, you got it recorded that, okay, if I can be cool, if I can be calm, patiently wait until they finish. You heard this. But that information is there in your conscious mind, and then the connection with meditation is that in a normal case, a person who does not have meditation, they'll go and then listen to these lectures, but then based on the amygdala hijack that we have seen, when the person is charging at us quickly, we don't have control of that situation because amygdala is hijacked and is going back and then behaving the old way, is putting his defensive posture and automatically coming to a conclusion and then saying something. But when you have meditation, the meditation is giving the control back to the frontal cortex, which is then has the ability to access from the conscious mind too, and says, wait a minute. Suddenly it can give a spark in the brain and say, I've learned about this response of being calm and waiting till the other person comes and then says something. I have to wait. I've learned it yesterday. My friend was telling this simple spark will come suddenly because the awareness is there. The control is there with the frontal brain. When we have meditation, when we have awareness, the frontal brain has control. It is pulling and saying, what else is that I can use as a response? And then it sees this new response potentially that just wait. Don't just respond yet. That is sufficient. That signal, that simple spark is sufficient for the conscious mind to take on. And the moment it takes on, suddenly it remembers the friend telling, suddenly it remembers the video of Joe Dispenza, and suddenly a lot of things come together, and then conscious mind suddenly has so much of information around it, and then so it is ready to take a decision, and it takes a decision, and then sends a signal, now a new signal, to the amygdala, to the thalamus, and saying, look, this time I want to wait. I don't want to just conclude, and then say something to my boss. I want to wait. That spark, that awareness of meditation, building that awareness, so the spark is there, coming to the conscious mind to retrieve what we learned recently, is good enough for it to respond differently this time. So you responded differently. Then what happened? You recollected this new information, and then you are applying information in your life. So then you apply this learning to doing brain. You repeat it a second time. So that means you have now had more connections about this new calmness response, staying calmly. You've done once, you recollected once, so that memory increases strongly. Now, after doing staying calm, you'll probably go to your friend and tell, hey, you know what, today my boss was charging, but I applied your suggestion, I stayed calm, it worked great. Now you're recollecting it again, you're storing that more, a little more strongly. We do once, and I'm recollecting that memory of staying calm as a response becomes stronger. You do a second time, you go talk about it, a good thing, and it becomes more stronger and stronger and stronger. You're learning, and then you're doing now of that learning that you've done. So every time you do, then you're increasing the strength of the memory. The more you do, then slowly, slowly it goes into subconscious that after a few attempts of dear friends, then we no longer need to practice it anymore. Anytime anybody coming to us with anxiety, with stressful faces that charging down, we are able to maintain that calmness, because providing calm response become our natural being, because learning to doing it went into the subconscious. Over a period of time you do it, then you become of it. In a public places, it's funny. We were walking down the steps and Kanchan was there. I think she was slipping in the steps, and then suddenly she shouted like loudly. Of course, she's slipping down. I mean, the stairs are steep. And it's right behind me. I just looked at her. Everybody around, there was at least some 50 people looking at her. I just looked at her, just walked calmly down. I just called this calmness response. I looked at her. Nothing happened to her. Suddenly, there are two more people are there to support her, help her. I just walked down. I was going for something. The calmness comes there in a normal situation. Oh, what happened? Because somebody really shouted at the top of the voice with a scream, and you thought that really something happened. And so you look and become, oh, what happened? We shout. We hurry up. Calmness is there because you know it, that everything is always going great. And calmness is there it gives you the ability to respond. You don't have to hurry up. I can shout and then suddenly react with a lot of energy and then that, or I can coolly also look at and assess what is required and then do it. Both are there. Both options are there. If you shout repeatedly, oh, what happened? Oh, I know, are you all right? There's a lot of commotion. Then more people will get commotion. They'll go into that commotion. They'll also start coming around you. Handling a situation can be calmly we can handle, because that situation required one more person to support her. That's all, not 100 people. And a person is there, we're done. And we don't have to respond loudly to see what happened. We can just be still calm to turn and say what happened. But a human reaction is there. That's how everybody reacted, so we also developed it. But now we stay calm. But it comes over a period of time. So learning, we learn, stay calm. It is okay. Nobody thinks bad if you just stayed quiet. Oh, you didn't have emotion to even express that. What happened? It's not that. It is the right thing to do. It's not just expressing loudly, scaring everybody around. The right thing to do. So because that's very efficient way of doing it, and then helping people to do what they want to do. There's so many people, so many conferences are happening. Imagine if shout and then two more people shout, what happens? Everybody stop their work. That's not our intent. They should continue their work. Accidents happen, but they'll be taken care by others, the right people. So, dear friends, doing it once is not sufficient. And doing it a second time and a third time, when we get into these situations, practicing it a second time and a third time will help us to cement that a learning becomes into doing, and then multiple times you do, you become off it. And so we don't need to anymore. Then we've got it with us. And so we go to the next thing to learn, next thing to learn. So the learning, doing, being concept is telling us that we got to repeat and then learn visual as much as possible. A two-dimensional screen here is one thing, but coming to a retreat and then feeling three-dimensionally people, the way they respond, the amount of energy that Sonal Madam exhibits when she is there in the room, they're different. It's different. Here just a 2D picture. I see something. And so all that matters a lot. And that's why a lot of times when we go, I don't know, for example, this earphone music, when you hear, okay, fine, it's some flat music from this tiny little speakers that are coming out of the laptop. That's one thing. But if you go in a big room and then that nice audio is there surrounding you with it, it's a different experience. How many people have experienced that way? That you go into a big hall and then the music plays and then you are just taken deep into your meditation. How many people felt that your meditations are deeper when you came into the hall? Just like that, dear friends, that visual is always, experiential is almost a lot more deeper in learning and subconscious recording deeply, and so that we go into a B state faster. So thank you very much. Learning to doing to being is an important concept. So we must learn visually. We must experientially as much as possible. We must do it over and over and over so that we go into the B state quickly. Yes, Venu, any announcements?
Sir, we have a book club announcements today. Friends, we have a book club session, and the book is like the art and science of meditation. Timings are like 8:15 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. IST, and 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you, friends, for joining. It's been wonderful. I know some of you are there who joined the conference. We'll listen to some of their experiences. Ashokji was there beautifully, and then so is Maniman from Coimbatore, right from Delhi and from Coimbatore. Many are there, and those of you plan time, so feel free to leave. I'd like to have Ashokji say a few words.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Atamandan. And sir, as you have rightly said, coming into contact with so many masters in person and listening to the experiences of the grand masters, it was a wonderful experience, sir. I can't explain with my words. And especially I would like to say, sir, when I listened to Dr. Mohit Gupta, his stories, 3 stories he told, and so deeply, we can appreciate magic can definitely happen. He talked about the health challenges, how he overcome. So it was a lot of learning, and every master, sir, every grand master, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi Newton. So it was a wonderful experience, sir, and I personally feel it's a good initiative, sir. Definitely the message will go to the top and to the bottom. So I personally feel that we should also continuously follow the top as well as the homes we come into contact and try to bring into our lives. I mean, maybe at the organizational level, or maybe at the education level, at the students. So, and we say that charity begins from home. Similarly, this education also begins from home. So, and it was being talked that it should start even from when the child is not yet born. For example, the example of Abhimanyu. So when so many mothers and so many families, so many parents will continue to do meditation, probably the future generations will also do, sir. I personally feel like that. So So and plus point is, sir, presently our great Prime Minister Mr. Modi is doing meditation, yogas. So probably it is very easy to, I think, influencers should approach him, and if it is put into a, first of all, elective subject in the at the student level, and then it can be made compulsory maybe after 6 months or 1 year. So this is my feeling, sir. I want to convey, sir.
Yes, sir. We have to channelize all of these ideas
Right, sir.
into some resolutions.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
And sir, and secondly, sir,
Take part in that.
right, sir,
Take
definitely.
part so that from now through next years, we have to do it. So we can, of course, we have a platform now.
Right, sir.
Many like the platform, so we'll have to bring all these ideas and to channelize them appropriately. Thank you.
I must give my appreciation to Rajiv Agarwal ji for conceiving such a great project of excellence, sir. Definitely we'll contribute to it and it will come on the ground. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, Manivananji.
Yes, in nutshell, I can say it is great, wonderful. All the platform, Buddha CEO, PSSM, QLU, all in same platform joined together. The purpose of meditation, yes. The dream of Patriji is taken in unitly in all very high level. And it is very great to see all the 3 days. Karthikeyan sir was there right from morning till the closer, and he has personally been the inspiration for all of everyone. It is a very great success. The venue, the arrangement, the hall and program, everything is so great. We are all really thankful, and we have it in every year. It is really taken to very next level, I can say. Even the quality of speakers, Lakshmi Newton madam, he was very with all the inspirational thing, and Shreyans, the charging thing, and the speakers, Kiran Bedi is inspiration. Everyone, you can say wonderful in that solidity. Really, I can say hats off to all, and we should appreciate that every one of us. This is a great program. I think that video, what it is, it will be circulated, and definitely everyone, they should see and take a look of it and get inspired. That's what a nutshell I can say. And I am really thankful to you all. It is, we could have a great time these 3 days meeting all the friends from different parts of world and different parts of country. I have made a lot of good friendship and real friendship, I can say, and really useful. I am here another today. I am just proceeding to Bharat Mandapam in another 1 hour, seeing Modi ji there inaugurating the textile fair in Bharat Mandapam. Great thing. Both clubbed together. It is really great. And all the masters should take benefit of this video, I think. It's great. Thank you once again, Chandraj.
Thank you. You go to Bharat Mandapam, we are going to Rajghat for meditation.
I know. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for being there. So good to have many of our Buddha Sevas connect with each other, with other senior masters from PSS movement, with organizations, this program. It's a nice sight to see. Not only learning, we're probably making many connections. And our businesses get influenced through this. If somebody is applied a few techniques in their business after meditation, now when you meet another business leader, you are, of course, imbibing many of those values. I personally feel a lot has been achieved in these 2 days because I did see many nicely exchanging informations one with the other. Just like any business conference, you're connecting business leads, but here with a heart in there. Okay, that's what is happening. Yes, madam. Kiran Goyalji.
Namaste, sir. Sir, I attended your 3 days conference, and it's my heartful gratitude. Matlab, you have changed my perspective towards meditation. I have done many meditation courses, but I never learned that what is the benefit of meditation. And you people taught us so beautifully that what all benefits we can get by the meditation. So this was life transforming for me, and I have no words, sir. I slept at 12 at night and got up at 3:30 because I want to know more and more and more about this. You guys are like second to God for us, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Sharon so beautiful. Thank you for taking the time. Please stay in touch. This program will go for another 10 days, but again, the meditation will continue. This is first time you're attending our online program?
I did 20 days Dhyana Jagath's online module. So that this was my starting with him, and but these 3 days workshop, sorry, this conference, it was amazing, sir. It was amazing. Even my two kids, they were motivated a lot. And,
How was
I have no words,
Shreyan's
sir.
talk? How was Shreyan's talk?
Shreyan's talk, sir, it's amazing. Even his 28 modules are life changing. But the main thing I got to learn from this conference, that what all benefits we can get from the meditation.
Yeah.
So Shreyansh is wonderful, sir. He's amazing. You all are amazing, sir. I've done Vipassana, Art of Living, everything I did, but this conference was life transforming for me.
Wonderful, madam. I really encourage everyone. We've made some beautiful, very powerful videos. The scientific understanding how meditation increase holistic excellence, develops, of course, health and mental well-being, how it brings education excellence and then organization excellence. So the videos are in a documentary style with then voiceover, with research quoted, with actual cases. So those will become very powerful if you want to share with somebody. So far, we put out experience videos, right? Now, this is not just experience. Now, there is also enough narration leading to of what is it that it can bring to people in all those sectors. Now, they should be already up on the GCML website. If you go to buddhasiva.org/GCML, there you'll see resources. Under the resources, the all videos should be available. They're made for reuse and to be able to circulate actively in your organizations, wherever to a head that you know, and let them see. And then I'm sure they will have a perspective to come back and explore this more. So there'll be video. I think there'll be white papers also uploaded along the same lines to support this. So please take use of it. We're going to circulate all of it to our folks in our WhatsApp groups too. When you type the link, buddhasiva.org/GCML, gcml.buddhasiva.org. Yes, Rita ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for everything. I purposely don't want to switch on the video because I'm sure I would be in tears. But I don't want to show that. I'm very grateful to you. What we see in you is really, we see in each of your masters whom you have taught. The entire Buddha team was really on the toes, totally alertness. Whatever you have taught us, we have seen them implementing. And that was a beautiful knowledge. Just in the mind level is different. Understanding is different. But you as a mentor have really taught your masters to not only understand, but implement in life. And that was a very good example in this particular event. We could see it, that you mean what you're saying. Of course, there is not much what I can talk on this. You know that the event was excellent. People were very happy, and definitely it's going to be a great success for them. So thank you very much. Come on.
Wonderful.
Where are you?
I also need to start now since you guys are all going. Yes. Who is Amit Kumar? Yes. Who is that there now? I see two people.
Yeah, I know.
So this was an awesome session, sir. We got to know, the people who I usually meet in Zoom. I met them personally. It was lovely. Awesome session, sir. Grow more. Love you. We all are together.
Yes.
And thank you for everything, sir.
Meet you there soon.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was enrolling somebody for attending a sessions actually. That person will come.
I see. Okay, good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
I think the last one, yes, Amitji.
Yeah, Chandra sir, first of all, big thank you to you and your team, sir. What a commendable job you have done. And what a team you have created. Fantastic team. They are so nice and helping everyone in doing everything. So kudos to you, sir, and your team. Very, even though I was there for one pre-conference, but my body was present in Asoka, but my mind was there in the conference. I was thinking how quickly I can run away, but somehow I couldn't make it for last 2 days. But I really, sir, the day which I spent the pre-conference, phenomenal. And I'm going to meet you very soon, sir. And we'll be in touch. And it's a very good job you are doing, sir. Keep doing it. Your team is exemplary, and anything which we can do, sir, do let us know.
Okay, that's great. It was good to meet you, Amitji.
Yes, sir. It's my pride and pleasure, sir, that to meet you in person and to understand your wisdom and level. I'm sure there is a bigger cause which you are carrying, and many people need to inspire what you are doing. And of course, I think every person right now in Buddha CEO or the team right now, and whomsoever has attended the conference, they will become the brand ambassador for Buddha CEO, and they will keep percolating this message to other people. I think the in-person meeting and then meditation, it is a very different experience altogether. And I encourage everyone to Pyramid Valley and just see what is the difference Buddha CEO is making, sir. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate, and thanks to each one of your teams, sir, the way they have worked. This is called the effort. This is called the team, and this is the people who are behind the success of Buddha CEO. So gratitude to all of your team, you and everyone who was involved in this process in making this conference so successful, sir. Thank you very much.
Shefali, madam.
Yeah. So, sir, I really want to thank you. My cousin was there and she met you in person, and she's really looking forward to coming down to Pyramid Valley. So I really want to thank you for, bringing this into a common man's life. Thank you.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shefali madam, for sending some there. So somebody asked what books to read before I conclude about parenting. So one book is Book of Children by Osho. Then Daniel Siegel has done a lot of work in this area. The Whole Brain Child can be another book. The Whole Brain Child is one book. And then Shefali Sabri, Shefali T-S-A-B-A-R-Y, Shefali Sabri, T-S-A-B-A-R-Y. Shefali Sabri has done work, The Awakened Family, is another beautiful book that you can read, and some of our books. You can start with these, and I'm sure many more you can find. They are more from psychology perspective. Some of them covered pretty well. Osho's books are pretty direct, straight, and then sort of gives you the gist of, and then easy to read. And but all of them have a lot of important insights. But you see, what we learn is what we. They're all the same principles to deal with people. It's the same, whether it's child or it's adult. It's all the same. Allowing them freedom, some of the aspects, not scare them, not rub our interests onto them. Basic things, dear friends. So we will meet back again tomorrow and continue these sessions. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow again.
Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I know the light of love is shining in my eyes. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Were you able to catch some live sessions, or at least recorded ones?
Yes, it was wonderful. I so missed being there. But we were very grateful for those videos and live session. Actually, thanks to Venu sir, he posted the link and we all got it. So it was wonderful. It was the best weekend we had watching the conference.
Okay, that's great. Dr. Mohit, how is the talk? Were you able to get to listen to that? If not, please listen.
Okay.
Everything. All talks I felt were good. Mohit, Shreyan, Dr. Newton, Lakshmi, they sharing. Some people came up to me and said, my talk is also good. I'll take a little bit of credit. Awesome.
It was great.
Thank you. And Apurva, thank you for holding the fort.
Yes.
Tell me, you've done a great, people tell me there's a great sessions that you held.
Sir, it's because of you. You don't just give us work or task, but you give that energy and also the platform, whatever we are learning from, you're teaching this meditation, the wisdom and everything, but at the same time, you're giving the platform for us to overcome the limiting belief and truly prove what we are. So thank you for everything, sir. And the conference was excellent, sir. We watched the first day and second day today we'll be yet to watch. And yesterday evening, we had a meditation session at our home. So all the Buddha CEO St. Louis team and the participants from the 21 days, they also came and we had a wonderful session. And thank you, sir.
Awesome. That's great. Yes, you have to tell me the inputs of some of these sessions once you listen to them. Okay?
Sure, sir. Yes.
Yes, Monica ji, were you able to catch a few glimpses of the session?
No, sir, but I'm so happy just now, just listening to it. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Listening to it, and I feel so elevated just listening to it. I know what I have missed, but I'm going to go back onto that site that you just mentioned and listen to it all over again. I finished with all exams, so I have time now to just listen to this and seep into it. And yes, elevate myself, float in it. I'm so happy it all went off so well, sir. I wanted it to happen. It manifested so beautifully for me that this whole thing worked out so well for you.
Great. Great.
And it's so great for teachers, sir. This should be put into the syllabus, the teaching curriculum for teacher education. Every teacher should have this.
Yes, madam. That's why this conference is there. Okay.
Yes.
We'll do it. We'll do this again, but my dream is that this conference will become also the annual conference of all Buddha CEOs.
Yes.
We're not going to be too far away. So all the worldwide, all the Buddha CEOs might come down together. On the sidelines, we'll have sessions, interactions, and all kinds of stuff where we'll have this main conference go, but it'll become that. So when will we otherwise all come together, right? We'll have to come together at some point. This will be that. It's a twin purpose. Okay.
Yes, you'll have had so much fun, sir, in such a serious situation. I think you'll have simply enjoyed yourself. You're carrying that enjoyment to me, and I'm sitting here in my bed, just feeling so amazed, so happy, so bright the morning is going to be and the day, just listening to you and listening to all the others. And I've got to listen to all those speeches made by all the masters, by Dr. Newton, by Shreyans. So I'll go on the site and I'll find it. Thank you. You're wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
And the team is doing such wonderful work. So I love them all. Yeah. And I'm so happy I've met them in person.
You know, we only see in movies this picture of people in suits going and meditating, and like all our guys, Rathanvel, Pradeep, and everybody, like, Parash and whatnot, Kotrish, all in suits, just walking and then sitting meditation. Is an amazing sight to see. I loved it.
That's what I'm saying. I see so much fun and humor also in this.
Formal clothes by all our Buddhasa women, so it's all great. Anyway. Yes, Rishali madam, I told Rishikesh that next year your children and you have to be in the conference. We'll do something with the children also.
Sure, sir. Yeah, I missed it, but I was there for entire day for both these 2 days, listening online, and it was really wonderful session. I really liked Dr. Mohit sir's session a lot, and even Shreyan sir. And yesterday night, Nishad, like my son and myself, were listening to him, Shreyan's Jagath session. It was really nice. He also sat for a long time until he was doing that session. He was also listening nicely, and he also felt it well.
Awesome. Yes.
Wonderful people.
That's great. We had so much nice interaction with Rishikesh.
Yeah, yeah, he told me.
Mm-hmm. Great. It's a good experience. Yes, Mahesh? Were you able to see, watch?
Part of first day, part of second day, I fell asleep. But the overall, the quality in the presentations and the talk is just too much to absorb and to keep ourselves to occupy and listen so much. So I had to go back and re-listen to them. In the my perspective sometimes shifts to look at how the audio video stuff is. The whole thing was amazingly done.
Great. You gave tick mark means that I can now just very courageously carry it to my PMC Hindi team. There's a young chap called Sai. Such a brilliant job he did. So I'll tell him now, call him. Okay.
I loved the whole presentations, how they did it. And like you said, it was like very appropriate. They were able to show them, and the audio was very clear. No glitches. Everything went really smooth.
Great. Thank you. Yes, Rakesh, Rathanvel, and these guys are all the team, audio team. Rathanvel, Rakesh. And they had these backstage things, what do you call them? Or the sets to communicate with each other.
Lapels.
They're all communicating because they're also given hooks on every here and there. Rathanvel will go and say, play that video.
Yes.
They're great to see something different. Very nice. Okay. Thank you all, dear friends. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Natarajan, I'll see you there soon. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I am happy,
healthy and wise.
happy,
Be
healthy
healthy,
wealthy and wise, light of love shining in my eyes. I am happy,
healthy, wealthy,
and wise. A
wise.
little birdie told me that life is so sweet. As I listen to her song, I know I am complete. I have all.
Oh.
Thank you all. We'll meet you.